Story time!
Welcome back, Storytimers. Today's read aloud is Welcome to Winterberry Grove by Linda Updyke. Hello, my name is Arthur and I am the caretaker of Winterberry Grove. Follow me and I'll show you around. Winterberry Grove is a village that lies deep in the forest. It gets its name from the winterberry bushes that surround it like castle walls. The bushes keep us hidden and safe. Many of us live here, some in trees and others underground. As the caretaker of Winterberry Grove, it's my job to watch for danger. My house is perfectly positioned for this because I live high up in that maple tree and can see the whole village from there. I sleep in my doorway so I can keep an eye on what is happening outside. Inside, I have a round wood stove where I make my favourite raspberry tea and lots of honey. My walls are lined with the many books that I have written. As you can see, I don't have enough shelves, so many books are stacked on the floor. When I'm not watching the village, you'll find me writing at my desk. Like most wise owls, I love learning new things and sharing my knowledge. Now, let me introduce you to my friends. All we need to do is follow the winding pathway into Winterberry Grove. There's Clover the Mouse. Her house is an old hollowed out tree trunk. She has a charming kitchen and living room. Her bedroom is cosy and a window that looks out at the village. She also has several rooms carved around the tree roots to store her acorns, berries and twigs. Clover gets water for her sink by pumping the handle of her red water faucet. Clover's favourite thing is exploring the village, knitting and spending time with her friends. Next is Hazel the Squirrel. She lives in the old oak tree. Her home has just one big round room. Hazel collects moss and puts it on her floor like a rug. This keeps her warm on chilly winter nights. She has a big fluffy bed and lots of handmade quilts on it. Hazel uses acorn caps for cups and bowls. Acorns, being her favourite food, are piled around the room. Hazel has a big table not only for meals but also for sewing quilts. Hazel's favourite thing to do is make quilts for her friends. Everybody in Winterberry Grove has a few of her quilts. Over there is Mabel the Mole. Her home is a series of tunnels that go deep underground. She rarely comes above ground and often only to quickly check the weather. She has a small bed made of straw and goose feathers. She also has some of Hazel's quilts, which keep her warm. Mabel spends her day finding delicious roots to eat. Her favourite thing to do is tunnel to new places. Who is next? Ah, yes, meet Henry the Hedgehog. He lives in a mound at the bottom of this tree. He has a wooden fence around his front yard where he grows flowers and vegetables. Inside his home is spacious with a kitchen, living room and bedroom. A tunnel also takes you deeper underground to where Henry stores all his flowers and vegetables. Henry spends most days tending his garden. It's his favourite thing to do. Over there in the middle of Winterberry Grove lies the Buzz family. They're a royal colony of honeybees. Melissa is their queen. They spend their day gathering pollen from Henry's flowers and turning this into honey and beeswax. They trade the honey and beeswax with others in the village who, in exchange, plant the flower gardens or fix and build their hives. Next up is Dexter the ferret. He lives in an old abandoned tunnel that Mabel dug years ago. The tunnel has many twists and turns opening to several rooms. Dexter has a large bed that takes up most of one room. It is piled high with quilts that keep him warm all winter long. In another room, he stores his food, honey, acorns and vegetables. The last room is the biggest and it is filled with all types of tools and projects that keep Dexter busy. Dexter's favourite thing to do is to build or fix things. He is often seen fixing stuff in the village. He is Brock the badger. He also lives underground. His burrow has long curvy tunnels that end in spacious rooms. In one of these Brock sleeps all winter long. His bed is made from dried grass, leaves and of course quilts. Brock is the blacksmith of the village. He finds metals by digging at rock formations in the forest. He then melts them and makes tools, silverware, pots and pans. He trades these items with others for food, blankets and clothing. And we can't forget Mr. and Mrs Thisle. They are chickadees with a big family of grown children and many young grandchildren. They live in an old beech tree with many holes along its trunk. Each of the holes houses a family of thistles. From sunrise to sundown, the Thistle family do their favourite thing, chattering to each other as they gather food. To finish with, meet the Roo family. They are rabbits who live in that fallen log over there. Mr. and Mrs. Roo have 2 children, Gunny Bunny and Lucy Lou. The hollow log is warm and soft because Mrs. Roo has lined it with moss, leaves and fur to keep them snug. The family spends their day in a field just outside the forest, foraging for dandelion leaves to eat. The Roo's family favourite thing to do is play hide and seek, jumping and chasing each other when found. As you can see, all of us living in Winterberry Grove treat each other with respect and kindness. We might all be different, but we consider each other not only friends but family. I hope you will come back and learn more about our lives in Winterberry Grove. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.